Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Before we get started, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Ring that bell so you're notified for your favorite team's preview video. Today we have a 2023 season preview for the Syracuse Orange. Coming off a 7-6 season in 2022, head coach Dino Babers was one of the best coaches in the country a year ago. Starting the year 6-0, the Orange had the full attention of everyone around the country. After nearly holding on to beat Clemson, everything went downhill from there though. Losing 6 of their last 7 games, that's obviously never a good thing. But with that being said, there's a lot of optimism around the program that the success will continue. Losing superstar running back Sean Tucker has left a hole to fill, but LaQuint Allen and Juwan Price seem to be up for the task to replace him. Senior quarterback Garrett Schrader is also a great runner and has a great ability to extend plays and make things happen off script. I'm going to go out on a limb and say Schrader might be the most dynamic quarterback in the ACC. It's a big might, but he's right up there. Him and Duke's Riley Leonard are definitely in the conversation, and I expect Schrader to have yet another big season. Like I said, I don't think he's the best. I don't think he's up there with like Drake May, but in terms of playmaking and his ability to run the ball, he's right up there. You may be wondering who Schrader will be throwing the ball to. Well, don't look any further than Oronde Gadsden at tight end, tallying up nearly over 1,000 yards and 6 touchdowns a year ago. Oronde figures to be one of the best tight ends in the country this season. Damian Alford is out wide at receiver. Expect him to have a breakout season, especially since they could open up the offense more and throw the ball downfield. Losing 3 starters along the offensive line will cause some turnover, but there is still some experience across the front. Christopher Blake and Kalen Ellis are returning starters. This group up front is really going to dictate how effective this offense is this upcoming season. With that, let's flip it over to the defensive side of the ball. So Dino Babers is bringing in the experienced Rocky Long to try and solve the problems that occurred late last year. Coach Long will be taking over a unit that lost some key players to the transfer portal. Despite losing those guys, there are players across the board who will be ready to step up. Stephon Johnson, Derek McDonald, and Marlo Wax figure to be the starting linebackers this year in their 3-3-5 defense. Their linebacker core could end up being one of the better groups in the entire ACC this upcoming year. Caleb Okechukwu and Jadis Greer, I apologize if I botched those names, will be the headliners of the defensive front and focusing on getting after the quarterback. The defensive back group has a lot of question marks, but that may not end up being a bad thing. In my opinion, it could be a pleasant surprise by week 6 or 7 that this group has overachieved relative to their expectations. But to end the video, let's take a quick look at the 2023 schedule for Syracuse. So they start out with Colgate, followed by Western Michigan, Purdue, Army, Clemson, North Carolina, and Florida State. Then they have a bye week, followed by Virginia Tech, Boston College, Pitt, Georgia Tech, Wake Forest. And then if they get there, the ACC Championship is on Saturday, December 2nd. All right, so they have a very favorable out-of-conference schedule that should be 3 wins, and if they win 1 on the road at Purdue, they'll most likely start the year with a 4-0 record. But they do have a tough 3-game stretch followed by a very favorable end to the season. Speaking realistic expectations, I think 7-5 is where I would put their bar, but 8-4 would be a huge accomplishment, especially with the coaching changes and the player turnover that they have headed into this year. I wouldn't be surprised by 8-4, but it would definitely be a shocker, probably to the casual fans out there. Well, that's going to do it for today's video, guys. I really appreciate you tuning in. Good luck to Syracuse this year. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. I'll see you in the next video.